it's
Last couple of days in South Carolina, we enjoyed the beach as much as possible. If you remember my other videos, when we are in South Carolina with boyfriend, we do work a lot on our computers, but we do take breaks and try to enjoy as much as possible the outside. As you can see, the weather wasn't the best. We were lucky and it ended up not raining on us for the whole time we were at the beach. So as you can see, we made a Sandman, and that was my first time making one, and it's pretty fun. We bought I think a pepper for the nose, and then we used a couple of stuff that we found on the beach for the ears and the mouth, and also the FT sign, if you can see it. But that was a fun thing to do. I'm used to snowmen in the snow, but Sandman was a first for me, and that was just a fun thing to do. South Carolina in general has a really precious place in my heart now because of all the memories I've made with boyfriend, but also because I still can't believe how much I love this place, even though I'm a mountain girl. I love mountains so much, but I don't know what it is about South Carolina and the beach. I think it's the vibe, it's just so laid back. It feels good for the mental, especially, you know what I mean? It feels good to just be laid back and rest and just go with the rhythm of life and nature, the pelicans, the waves. It's just, I don't know, I love it a lot. horseback riding activity we did was the very last one of the entire trip. So it was a medley of, I was having a lot of fun. It was really cool to be on a horse. You know, it's not something I do every month, so each time I can do that, it's very enjoyable. But at the same time, it was, you know, I was crying that day a lot, and it was the last activity, so I was sad. So it was a medley of emotions, and that was a bit weird. Bittersweet, I guess, is a good word for that. But yeah, we had a flight at 6:30 for me and 7 for boyfriend, so we headed to the airport right after that, and we left, and that was hard. That was tough, as always. Saying goodbye, just living. But anyway, we had to leave. So I was heading to Chicago. Boyfriend was heading back to his own state. And I arrived at my hostel at like 11:30 p.m., I believe. But everything went well. I decided to take an Uber to go from the airport to the hostel, which was in the middle of the city. I know there's trains and such. I was not sure if it was safe for me first to be with a very huge, how do you call that, suitcase and a backpack at 11 p.m. In those tramways or subways or whatever by myself. So I was like, I'm gonna take an Uber just to make it as safe as possible. And yeah, it was cool. I got to see the lights, and I was amazed at the traffic, but I think I talked about it the next day. Hello everyone from Chicago. I am currently finishing to get ready. It is Wednesday, April 2nd, and I arrived really late last night, but that was so weird because it was almost midnight and there's so much traffic. And I got to see the city for the first time with the lights, and it was beautiful. I could not videotape it because, you know, I was in the Uber and all that, didn't have the right angle, but it was gorgeous. So it was not actually my first sight because I've had layover in Chicago a couple of times before, and I've seen it from the window and it looked amazing. But this time I was on the ground, and it was beautiful. So I am staying at the High Hostel USA, which they have a couple of hostels around the USA. It's always great. This one is great too for breakfast, which is nice, and it's really well located, like in the middle of everything, so that will be very convenient. But today it's pouring and we're gonna have thunders and all that, so I think it's going to be an editing day for me. Probably gonna try to get out later on though, this afternoon. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 bed room, and we're only 2. The other girl is Alma. She's from Tunisia, and yeah, I think that's awesome. I'm only staying until Monday night. It's only a couple of days and it's gonna be rainy most of it, which I don't mind, but there's a lot of stuff to see out, so I'll try to do my best to plan depending on the days, on the weather. Yeah, welcome to Chicago. It's fun. At breakfast there was a whole class of French people, like high school. I was like, no, I'm not here to hear French, but whatever, it was fun. that's it. I will see you next time on my first entire day in Chicago. I mean, actually, my first day exploring Chicago. My first entire day was spent editing, as you saw. But yeah, the weather got better and I did a lot of things, as you're gonna see. It's gonna be another like a season, like a trip by itself on the playlist on YouTube. And yeah, I can't wait for you to see what I've done, and it was a lot of fun, Chicago. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in a couple of days. Bye. I created a website for you to go through my explorations in a different way. You can check it out. The link is in the description box down below. Everything is ordered in categories and in countries too. As you can see, there is a Canada page with all of my trips to Quebec and Montreal, day in Toronto, my trip around Glacier National Park. In the USA folder, you can find every state I've been to so far. It is updated each time a video is out on my channel, so you can check this out. And if you're interested in knowing a bit more about my country or Europe in general, I did a couple of videos about them. There's also a couple of chat videos, interviews about food, obviously a Mustang page, and also a page dedicated to all of the documentaries I made about World War II, the museums, the cemeteries around France, Verdun, Normandy, and such. So please check it out. And you can also find the link to my Patreon, my Facebook page, my Buy Me a Baguette website, and also my merch if you want to check it out.